Hello, boys and girls. It's time for our math work. Today we will be showing story problems with pictures, number bonds, and equations. If you have the math workbook, you'll need it to complete your independent work at the end of the lesson. You do not need your math book right away. So let's begin. Here we have a story problem, and we can tell by looking at the picture that it's about penguins. So read the story problem with me. There were 8 penguins. 2 penguins went back to the ship. Cross out 2 penguins. Fill in the number sentence and the number bond. So, as always, the picture matches the story problem. Here are the 8 penguins, and 2 of them go on to the ship. We'll need to cross out those 2 penguins because we can't really put them on the ship. Or can we? 1, 2. There we go. I put 2 penguins on the ship. But I do have the X's to show the crossing out on a picture because, of course, in your math workbook or on a piece of paper, you can't really make them go over onto the ship like I did. All right, let's fill in our number sentence. 8 minus 2 equals, so we need to count how many are left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 penguins are left. And then we use those same numbers to fill in our number bond. We have the 8, that's the whole amount. So we crossed out 2, or 2 of them went over to the ship, and then 6 were left. All righty, good job. Say bye-bye, penguins. Let's take a look at these number sentences. Here we have this equation here, this number sentence. 5 minus 1 equals, and we need the number to go there. The equal sign just means that whatever's on one side of the equal sign has to be the same as what's on the other side. That has to be the same amount, but it doesn't have to be represented in the same way. So for example, 5 minus 1, we would represent with 5 circles, and one of them is crossed out to show 1, 2, 3, 4 are left. So if we were going to show a picture that means the same thing, here I just have the 4 circles. And I don't have that 5th one and that it's crossed out because we're showing that it disappeared. This side, this amount is the same as what's showing on this side. So 5 minus 1 equals 4. All right, let's take a look at this one. So here we have the empty box right here. The missing number is right away at the beginning. Equals 2 plus 3. So remember, the equal sign just means that whatever's on one side, we want it to be the same amount on the other side. So this side is 2 plus 3. We have 2, and then there's 3. So if we count all of them, that will be the same amount. They're just all lined up now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's the answer, 5. All right, ready for another one? So again, the missing number is right away at the beginning. Here's the equal sign. So on this side of the equal sign is 5 minus 4. Now you can show that with pictures, or you can even do that with your fingers. Start with 5 fingers sticking up, and then make 4 of those fingers go right back down. I have it here with pictures. 5 circles, and 4 of them get crossed out. Look at how many. And that should be how many you had of your fingers sticking up. Just 1. You see how, look, this side with just the 1 dot is the same as what's on this side because we have only 1 dot still showing. And here's another one. This time it is 2 plus 2 equals, and the missing number is over here. So 2 dots and then 2 other dots, but I can also put them in a whole straight line. And no matter what, then 2 plus 2, you can do it with your hands and fingers. Put 2 fingers up on one hand and 2 fingers up on another hand, and then put them right next to each other to count all those fingers in a line. And you have 4. Great work. So let's try the other side. The other side, I do not have dots and pictures ready, so we can use our fingers. You can just know what the number is right away, because that's awesome if you do. And you can even quickly copy these down, pause the video and copy down the equations, and then be ready to solve them. So let's look here. 3 minus 1 equals, so minus means things are disappearing, getting crossed out, going away. Put up 3 fingers, minus 1, that means put 1 down. And how many do you still have sticking up? 2. Okay. Now, how about this one? The missing number is at the beginning, equals 1 plus 3. No problem. On one hand, put up 1 finger. On the other hand, put up 3 fingers, because plus, the plus sign means that we have 2 separate groups that we're going to put together. So 1 finger and then the 3 fingers. Now move them together and count them all in a line. I hope you got 4. Okay, missing number first equals 4 minus 2. So remember what the minus means. Think about it. Minus, remember my video of like a karate chop going away. So you start with the 4, hold up 4 fingers, minus 2. That means make 2 of them, go back down. And how many do you still have showing? 2. All righty, last one. 1 plus 2 equals, I bet you knew that one right away. If not, put 1 finger up, and then on the other hand, 2 fingers. Now move them together and count them in a line. 3. Nice work. So this is not a page in your math workbook. I know it looks like it, but it's not a page that you have in your math workbook. So we'll do these together. This would be a fine time also, if you wanted to pause the video and you go and get a piece of paper and a pencil or crayons, and that you can quickly make the number bond and draw the 9 circles and be ready to write the equations with me. And if not, then just say the answers out loud as I'm asking the questions to you. So let's begin. Read the story problem with me. Mary had 9 library books. She returned 1 book to the library. How many books are left? So here are little dots. Of course, they don't look like library books, but that's okay. When we make a picture for a math story problem, it doesn't have to look like what the actual story is about. We can just quickly make some circles to match the number, to match the amount. So she had 9 library books. We've got 9 circles. She returned 1 book to the library. So 1 book gets an X on it, that has been brought back. How many are left? And then we see the amount that is still showing. But when we fill in our equation for minus, we have to show our starting number is the whole amount. How many library books did she start with all the way at the beginning of the story? Not how many you only see now. Mary had 9 library books. Minus, here we go. How many did she return? 1. And then count what is left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we use these same numbers, same exact numbers, to fill in the number bond that would match the story. So look at this number bond and think, where does the whole amount go? Where does the whole amount go? Tell me to stop when I am at the place for the whole amount. I think I heard you say stop. Whole amount goes there, 9. Minus, how many were returned? 1. And then how many were left? 8, because those are the 2 parts. All righty, one more for us to do together. Let's read the story. There were 9 lunch bags. 3 bags were thrown away. How many bags are there now? So again, we just have 9 dots. We don't need to make them look like lunch bags. 9 dots, that's our starting whole amount. 3 bags were thrown away. So we need to put an X on 1, 2, 3 of them. And then we see what is left. Alrighty, let's move on to the equation. Our whole amount needs to be the starting number for a subtraction sentence. 9 minus. 9 was our whole amount. 9 minus. How many now were thrown away? How many are X'd out? That's what comes right after the minus, is the amount that disappeared, thrown away, whatever it might be. That's 3. Equals, now we look and see what is left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 are left. And when we fill in our number bond, we use these same numbers. We don't start making other numbers to go there. So we have 9 as our whole amount. So again, where is the whole amount going in this number bond? Should I put it here? No. How about up here? Yes, this is again the whole amount. It's 9 minus 3 that were X'd out. And how many are left? 6. Great work. Now it's time for you to be working on your own. So if you do have this math workbook at home, and I know lots of you do, then now you will get it, and I'll be telling you what page number to turn to. And if you don't have the math workbook, then you'll certainly be needing a piece of paper with lines, with outlines, and perhaps your family will be taking a screenshot, or you'll pause the video so you can read the stories and do the work yourself. So for those of you with the workbook, you will turn to page 155. And then on the back of that is page 156. It looks like this is 155, and then this is 156. And then you can also do the story problem that's on page 157. It does say for you to have linking cubes. You don't need to worry about, you don't have linking cubes. You can use anything that would be like blocks or something to help you count. It could be 10 pennies. It could be your Legos. It could be if you have 10 little race cars or anything like that. And you can also just draw the picture. That would help you to do the counting to match the story. So the idea for this work that you do on your own is for you to read the story problems yourself and do all of the work yourself. And then the grown-up should look at it, and they need to be the teacher and can check it and count and see if you did it right. So you have to try hard to start doing work all on your own. It's okay if you need a little help with some of the words to read. And as we've talked about, sometimes you might be able to skip the word and still figure out what's happening in the story, or then sound it out, or ask a grown-up then for that little bit of help with the reading. Okie dokie then, you have a terrific day.